Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Learner Classes.
Hi friends, we are so happy you're here with us today.
Today, we are tackling one of the most common questions we hear from English learners all over the world.
And that question is, how do I practice speaking English when I have nobody to practice with?
This is such a real problem. Many learners study grammar and vocabulary, but they never get enough speaking practice.
And speaking is the skill that feels the hardest because most learners simply do not have opportunities to use English in their daily lives.
But here's the good news. You do not need a partner, a classroom, or language exchange to practice speaking English.
You can do it at home, alone, anytime you want.
And today, we are going to show you exactly how.
We will share practical techniques, useful phrases, and real strategies that you can start using today.
So, let us get into it.
First, let's talk about why speaking practice at home is so important.
Many learners spend a lot of time reading and listening to English. Those are great skills, but they do not automatically turn into speaking ability.
Speaking is a separate muscle, and like any muscle, it only gets stronger when you use it.
If you only read and listen, your English knowledge stays passive. It's in your head, but it doesn't come out of your mouth naturally.
Speaking practice trains your mouth, your memory, and your confidence at the same time.
And the more you practice speaking, even alone at home, the more natural and automatic it becomes.
So, let's start with the techniques.
Technique 1 is called self-talk, and it's one of the most powerful things you can do.
Self-talk means simply talking to yourself in English throughout your day.
This sounds strange at first, but it's incredibly effective.
When you wake up in the morning, describe what you are doing in English. I'm getting up. I'm going to make breakfast. I need to take a shower.
When you're cooking, talk about it. I'm cutting the vegetables. I'm adding some salt. The water is boiling.
When you're walking outside, describe what you see. There's a dog walking with its owner. The sky looks cloudy today. That shop is closed.
You're essentially giving a running commentary of your own life in English.
And this trains your brain to think in English, not just understand it.
It also builds vocabulary in a very natural way because you learn the words you actually need for your own life.
You don't need to be perfect. You don't need anyone to hear you. Just talk.
Technique 2 is talking to everyday objects.
This sounds even stranger than self-talk, but stay with us.
Pick up an object in your home, like your phone, a cup, or a book, and describe it in English.
This is my coffee mug. It's blue and white. It's quite large. I use it every morning. I bought it at a market 2 years ago.
Or give your opinion about it. I really like this mug because it keeps my coffee warm for a long time.
This practices describing things, giving opinions, and using adjectives, which all come up constantly in real conversations.
You can also pretend to introduce the object to someone, like you're on a shopping channel.
This incredible mug holds up to 400 milliliters. It's perfect for coffee lovers. You can find it in any kitchen shop.
This is fun, low pressure, and surprisingly good for your fluency.
Technique 4 is reading aloud.
Take any piece of English text and read it out loud. A news article, a recipe, a page from a book, a message on your phone.
Reading aloud trains your pronunciation, your rhythm, and your confidence at the same time.
It also helps you get used to the sound of your own voice speaking English, which many learners find uncomfortable at first.
The more you hear yourself speaking English, the more natural it starts to feel.
Start with short texts and gradually try longer ones.
Try to read with expression. Pause at full stops. Raise your voice slightly at question marks. Stress the important words.
This makes the practice feel more like real speech and less like just reading words.
Technique 4 is recording yourself.
This is one of the most valuable and most avoided techniques at the same time.
Many learners hate hearing their own voice, but recording yourself is one of the fastest ways to improve.
Here's how you do it. Choose a topic, something simple to start with like your daily routine, your favorite food, or your weekend plans.
Press record on your phone and speak for 30 to 1 minute about that topic.
Then listen back. Notice what you did well, notice where you hesitated, where you made mistakes, and where your pronunciation was unclear.
Then record it again. Try to improve on the things you noticed.
Over time, you'll hear real improvement in your recordings, and that's one of the most motivating things in language learning.
You don't need to share these recordings with anyone. They're just for you.
Technique 5 is shadowing.
Shadowing is a technique where you listen to a native English speaker and repeat exactly what they say at the same time or just a second behind.
You're copying their words, their rhythm, their stress, their speed, and their pronunciation all at once.
Find a short video or audio clip of someone speaking English clearly, a podcast, a short YouTube video, or even a scene from a TV show.
Listen once to understand the meaning, then play it again and speak along, trying to match the speaker as closely as you can.
This technique is used by professional language learners and language coaches around the world.
It's especially good for pronunciation and natural rhythm, which are very hard to practice in other ways.
Start slow. Use short clips, maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute, and do it regularly.
Technique 6 is practicing common conversations alone.
This means rehearsing real conversations that happen in everyday life, but doing both sides yourself.
Think about situations you might face: ordering at a restaurant, asking for directions, introducing yourself at work, or talking about your weekend.
Practice the whole conversation out loud, speaking both parts. For example, "Hi, can I have a table for 2, please?" Pause. "Of course. Would you like to sit inside or outside?" Pause. "Inside, please." Pause. "Great, follow me."
You're playing both roles: the customer and the waiter, the visitor and the local, the interviewer and the candidate.
This prepares your brain for real situations, so when those situations actually happen, you already have the language ready.
And you feel much more confident because you've already practiced it.
Now, let's talk about some very useful phrases you should practice at home for real conversations.
Phrases for starting a conversation. How are you doing? It's nice to meet you. Have you been here before? What do you do for work? Phrases for keeping a conversation going. That is really interesting. I know what you mean. Can you tell me more about that? What happened next?
Phrases for when you do not understand. "Sorry, could you repeat that?" "Could you speak a little more slowly, please?" "What do you mean by that?" "I'm not sure I understood. Can you explain?"
Phrases for agreeing and disagreeing politely. I totally agree. You have a good point. I see what you mean, but I'm not sure I agree with that.
Phrases for ending a conversation. "It was great talking to you. I hope we can chat again soon. Take care. Have a wonderful day."
Phrases for practicing all of these at home until they come out automatically. Say them in the mirror. Say them to your cat. Say them while you do the dishes.
The goal is to make these phrases feel so natural that they come out without thinking in a real conversation.
Now let's talk about how to make your at-home practice more structured and more effective.
The first thing is to set a daily practice time. Even 10 minutes a day is enough to start.
Choose a time that works for you. In the morning while you drink coffee, in the evening before bed, during your lunch break.
Consistency matters far more than the length of each session.
10 minutes every day for a month will give you better results than one 2-hour session on a Sunday.
The second thing is to pick one technique per day.
Don't try to do everything at once. On Monday, try self-talk. On Tuesday, try recording yourself. On Wednesday, try shadowing.
This keeps the practice fresh and gives you a chance to really focus on each skill.
The third thing is to track your progress.
Keep a small notebook where you write down new phrases you practiced, mistakes you noticed, or words you struggled to remember.
When you look back after a few weeks, you'll be amazed at how much you've grown.
The fourth thing is to give yourself real topics to talk about.
Don't just talk randomly. Choose a topic each day. Your favorite childhood memory, a trip you took, something you watched recently, a problem you solved at work.
Real topics make your practice feel meaningful, and they prepare you for exactly the kinds of conversations you'll have with real people.
Now let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when practicing at home.
Mistake 1, practicing silently in your head instead of out loud.
Many learners read a sentence and think, "Yes, I understand that," but understanding is not the same as speaking.
You have to open your mouth and actually say the words. Your mouth, tongue, and breath all need to learn the movements of English speech.
Thinking in English is useful, but it doesn't replace saying the words out loud.
Always, always practice out loud.
Mistake 2, only practicing things you already know.
It's comfortable to practice sentences you're confident about, but real improvement comes from practicing things that are slightly difficult for you.
If you always stay in your comfort zone, your English will not grow.
Challenge yourself a little. Pick a topic you find difficult. Use grammar you're not sure about. Try to express an idea that feels complex.
Struggle a little. That's where the learning happens.
Mistake 3, giving up too quickly when you get stuck.
When you're practicing alone and you forget a word or lose your sentence in the middle, the temptation is to stop and start over immediately.
But try to push through. Use filler words like well, or let me think. Try a different word. Rephrase the idea.
These are exactly the strategies you'll need in a real conversation, so practice them at home too. Getting unstuck by yourself is a powerful skill.
Mistake 4, not listening enough alongside speaking practice.
Speaking and listening feed each other. The more natural English you listen to, the better your speaking becomes.
Listen to English podcasts, watch English shows, or follow English content creators.
The vocabulary, phrases, and rhythms you hear will start to appear naturally in your speech.
Practice speaking every day, but also make time to listen every day.
Mistake 5, waiting until your English is good enough to start speaking practice.
This is one of the most common and most damaging mistakes of all.
Many learners say, "I'll start speaking practice when my grammar is better," or "I'm not ready yet."
But speaking practice is how your grammar gets better. You can't wait for perfection before you start.
Start now. Start with what you have. Start with simple sentences if that's where you are. I drink coffee in the morning. I like watching films. My name is Maria and I'm from Brazil. Those are perfectly good starting points.
Every expert speaker started exactly where you are right now.
Let's do a quick practice section together.
We'll give you some simple topics. Pause the episode and try talking about each one for 30 seconds.
Topic 1. Describe your bedroom. What's in it? What does it look like? What do you like about it?
Topic 2. Talk about your favorite food. What is it? How is it made? When do you eat it?
Topic 3. Describe your perfect day off. Where would you go? What would you do? Who would you spend it with?
Topic 4. Talk about a skill you want to learn. Why do you want to learn it? What would you do with it?
These are exactly the kinds of topics that come up in real English conversations.
Practice them at home first, and you'll feel much more ready when they come up in real life.
Let's do a final review of everything we talked about today.
There are 6 speaking techniques you can use at home: self-talk, talking to objects, reading aloud, recording yourself, shadowing, and practicing common conversations alone.
To make your practice effective, set a daily practice time, pick one technique per day, track your progress, and choose real topics.
The mistakes to avoid are practicing silently instead of out loud, only practicing easy things, giving up when you get stuck, not listening enough, and waiting until you feel ready.
The most important thing to remember is that speaking practice does not require another person.
It requires you, your voice, a little time each day, and the willingness to try.
You already have everything you need. Now it's just about using it.
Thank you so much for watching English Learner Classes today.
Don't forget to subscribe to English Learner Classes for more easy and practical English lessons.
Keep learning, keep improving, and see you in the next lesson.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!